What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. Hope everyone is doing well. And it's okay if you're not, because I think we're all going through, like, ooh, Lord, we're going through some shit, people. But it's important to focus on the fact that you can get over this and that there's going to be better things. This too shall pass. I'm doing the, excuse me, can we fix this? But I'm on the sign of Sagittarius. So I think that what this person wants you to know is that they think about you a lot. They were always trying to figure out a way to talk to you or tell you, but they just like stayed in their head about it. And after a while there was just like so many things that didn't come together, and it just seemed like there were constant do they fight for it, do they leave, does anybody do, you know, it's like they didn't know if you wanted to be with them, or, and I think they feel like you just gave up on them after a while. But I think that you remind them of their mother, or you are maybe just that figure in their life, and maybe the reason that they could never make a decision is because they were still dealing with someone in their life, whether it was their child's mother or some kind of issue with that. But they've always wanted you. They've always wanted to come into your life. They've always like had that passion for you. And it was probably about sex. But they know that what they want, you know, I think that they always knew that they wanted you. And I think that maybe they wanted to take control of the situation, or they just see you as someone that they really respect because of how you are and how you handle things in your life. The blocks in the way are that I think somebody wants to apologize. Someone needs to apologize because someone ended up with their heart broken because of another person. This has caused them a lot of stress and exhaustion, but they don't want to keep it to themselves anymore. I think that they want to tell you the things that have happened, but they're just, how they communicate, they don't really, they're just really emotionally unstable about the situation, and it's kind of keeping them stuck. And they're not really letting go of this. No. I don't think that they've been able to move on from this. And I think in the past it was really one-sided, but they want it to be equal now, or maybe that's what they want to apologize about, is that they knew that it was one-sided before, and it was because of the things that they were going through. The advice is that someone had some issues with the things that something about their family, either it was a marriage or just a family in general. This kind of is still messing with them. I think they're still fighting. There's some things that they want to tell you about this, but I think that's why there's always been a lot of mixed feelings, and they're ready to talk to you, but I think that they're still holding back, or they just might be some things that they still hold back about this, because they haven't really told the truth. Whatever their version of what made them happy ended up being just shattered, and that's why they always were in conflict about talking to you. I think that this person wants to put the time into this now, or maybe they're like there was a potential for the potential's still here to put the time into this now, but there's still a lot of conflict. There's still mental conflict, and it could be other people. It could be but this cycle isn't over. Either you guys didn't learn your lesson, or this is something that is staying like this because it's not completed. Could have something to do with somebody in their life that was really all about themselves. And I think that those emotions kind of passed on to them from whatever situation that they were in, so they are like that now. And I think that there's still a lot of feelings that they have about this. They're coming out of being stuck in their head about all the things that they've been thinking about over and over, but they just don't know how to say how they feel, because I think that they're really still not emotionally balanced enough to come in and offer love the way that they should. I think that there were some things that they needed to learn. I think that they did learn some things, and instead of running from their feelings, they learned their lesson. And I think that someone either does need to be left out of this situation and someone needs to move on, or that's what this person's afraid of. But I think that there's something that does need to be, it's either maybe just moving on from the conflict, or maybe they're moving out of the conflict about this, but this person still hasn't healed, or maybe you haven't healed. The advice, I think, is that this is a stable ground. Maybe it's had something to do with stability for them, and it's about figuring out what that means to them. Like, what would it take for them to be fulfilled in this? Someone is still not ready to commit. They're not the kind of person that commits to someone. And I think that they're still trying to figure out how they want to go and what they want to do. But I think it's more about they're really immature with how they've done things, but this is about trying it in a new way. Someone here is still involved with another person. That's why they can't commit. And I think that it's time to try something new, to take a leap of faith into something, invest into something and keep the right boundaries with people. Try to not become too stressed out and to carry everything yourself. Keep the right boundaries, and it really is about persistence. This could be a test for some of you guys from the universe. If you're still going to hold tight to your ground, or if I think someone recognizes that they need to work on themselves and their behaviors that they still have. And this person probably has been watching you. But at the same time, I think that you yourself has observed this enough to know what's going on. And it's kind of still a level of thinking about what it is that you want to do, because I think that this person still has some things that they need to deal with emotionally. And it's time for some people to say no. It's time for some people to take the blindfold off and free yourself from this burden that you've been carrying. I think that you guys know what it is that you want. I think that it's about having the courage to go after what it is that you want in a mature way. And don't be stuck in your head about it, because that's just going to keep you stuck. There's victory in moving forward and making that decision. There's some things that we need to move away from, some things that we need to get past, and this is something that's necessary. There could be someone who betrayed you and is trying to make things right with you because they realize that they do love you, but they're really immature still, and they might not know which way that they want to go, but they have an idea, but it's just like they've never really done it. There's still some things that you don't know. There's still some things that they're not revealing. And I think that this person might be the type to never be satisfied with one person, because they don't know what it's going to take for them to get happy, to be happy, and they might be the kind of person that never will be happy with one person because of the personality disorder that they carry around. This is going to be the type of person that's always going to sleep with other people. They're always going to overindulge in things because they're internally conflicted on what it's going to take to keep themselves happy. And I think that it's about recognizing some things either in ourselves or in other people, and taking some time out to go within and do the right thing, make the right decision. For some people, you're dealing with someone who is doing this on purpose. This is someone who is intentionally doing things in your life. They're aware of what they're doing. And this is probably a narcissist. And I think that you know that. You've been invited to this, or maybe you will be now. We have so many good things here. And I think it's about starting something new and bringing in abundance into our lives. Because you guys are the Empress. We can do this shit ourselves. Someone is really stuck on their past still. Someone wants to be with someone from their past. There's still a lot of feelings from the past. This person probably will always be thinking about another person. They haven't let go. I don't think they let go of anyone in their life. They don't want to let go of anyone in their life. It's time to come in and cut out the bullshit. Cut ties with people. Because they're still being manipulative. They're still going to be this way. That's not going to change. This person is unable to work with another person. They do things for themselves, by themselves. No matter how hard you try to work with them. And this is done. This needs to be over. Because we can't really take any more swords, can we? How many more swords do we need to get stabbed into ourselves to realize that this is done? This person is refusing to let any type of change come in. They are trying to avoid any type of change. This person could be working on themselves, however. They could be recognizing the things in themselves and working on themselves to try to learn a different way. But they're really still about themselves. They only think about themselves and what's going to make them happy. Maybe the advice is to work on yourselves and stand in your own power and be independent. There's still some old feelings from a breakup, and it's going to keep you stuck. It's keeping them stuck. This is going to be one of those things that comes in and out really fast, starts and stops really fast. It's time to figure out what we want and go for it, because I think we know. This person's always going to be juggling something. And somebody needs to leave this situation. This person probably is always looking at other women and will just leave whatever situation that they're in at that time, and they don't ever say goodbye. They just they'll leave abruptly when you're gone. Maybe it's time for us to leave this situation the same way that they leave us, and stop keeping ourselves stuck. Because we need to walk away from an abusive situation, and this is toxic. I think that we've been waiting for this and so hopeful for so long, but we need to realize that we're waiting for no reason. We know that this person's always had a lot of options. We realize the truth about them. And they'll probably never tell you how they feel. They're always going to hold back, and they're always going to try to hold on to you. Because they're you guys need this. You need to walk away from this. Nothing you ever do is going to be good enough for them. and your intuition is blocked about this person. And they're going to try to come back in. This time they're going to be stronger. But you're still going to be waiting. You need to make that call for your life to do, make that decision, because this is always going to be balanced, and it's time to weigh out the scales. Do some research on narcissists. Do some research on how to cope with this, and the ways that you can do things in this situation. But this person will never change. They're unable to change. Narcissists are poison. And as much as you want them to change and you think that you can change them because you love them, they don't change. It's always about control. And nothing you do will ever be good enough. And it's really an internal conflict with them. And it never goes away. Ask the archangels to help you to release the chains that you have. And the best advice I can give you is to go within and release any kind of pain that you have, any kind of emotional things that you have in your life that you haven't dealt with, because that's what's going to keep them holding on to you. But once you release those pain, they don't have any control over you anymore, and you're going to be able to walk away. I truly wish you guys the best, and this is one of the hardest things that you're probably going to go through, but it can be done, for one, and two, they don't stop until your life is completely destroyed, and then they leave. And if they don't have anything to feed on, if you don't give them control, and you don't have any kind of emotional baggage, they don't have any control over your life. Release that stuff, and your life will change for the better. Have a good day.